Hi friends, Fallen here from Forallintentions. And today's video we're going to talk about the lights, the visuals, and the cameras. This will be the last video before the live stream performance on June 3rd, 7 p.m. here on YouTube. Click subscribe below to get notified. Be there. Alright, let's start with the lights. Lights are controlled through a program called Beam. Beam is part of the Show Sync suite. It works with Ableton and it allows you to turn audio tracks, or what Ableton calls as audio tracks, into lighting tracks. It's brilliant. I can control all the automation parameters in Ableton that control the lights through a DMX output. The DMX output is an NTEC in this case. Would not recommend NTEC because they're becoming very proprietary and moving to a subscription model. But that's nor here nor there. I can output audio parameters such as bass drum, the guitars, bass, when I change a scene, all that stuff to the lighting track, and then have that lighting track, you through an effect or through an LFO or anything, change that to DMX information, which then goes and runs these lights. So you'll notice that throughout the live performance, whenever a bass drum hits, for example, usually the color is red. The intents will follow the general waveform of the audio track, so on and so forth. So they're in sync with all of the audio elements, and I can control what audio elements each light is in sync with. The pan and tilt for these lights up here are all pretty much pre-programmed by me. They're very intentional and they're dependent upon the scene or the song. So they'll repeat itself along with a scene, which is exactly what's happening right now. This is a scene that's repeating itself, and this pan and tilt is pre-programmed and it's just repeating itself. Visuals. The visuals are also real-time, which is why they require an enormous amount of CPU usage. All the visuals and lights are controlled from a M1 Mac Mini, which is separate from the audio computer. So Ableton allows you to connect multiple computers together, and you can run multiple versions of Ableton in sync with one another, which is great, and Show Sync Suite allows you to do that as well. So this visual here is basically a video of an eye that repeats itself, a video of lightning that repeats itself, and then this cloud and lightning bolt effect is part of the Beam suite. It's an effect that you add on to that. And you can see that the blur bloom thing is actually added in real time that corresponds to, in this case, the drum hit. So this again is the promo video that's just running. The audio that's associated with this would basically light up whenever there's a drum hit. I can turn any of these elements off, so let me demonstrate right now. Okay, so I've turned off the eye. The eye is just blinking now. I can turn off the eye from blinking completely. And then I can reset all of the parameters so that it's back to normal. So as the show progresses, I actually have program changes that occur, and I have foot pedal changes that can occur that can change the visuals. So you might see, like, along with something that I'm playing, that the visual will distort along with that audio. And that's processed in real time, which is pretty neat. Show Sync is a great suite. Highly recommend, along with Ableton. And that brings us finally to the camera setup. This is OBS, or Open Broadcast Software. It's free, open source, great piece of software. The cameras are almost all of them iPhones, old iPhones. I don't have a budget for this live stream, so I've utilized what I have around, which is a bunch of iPhones, an iPad, 2 webcams, and it all goes to OBS. On the iPhones, I'm using software OBS Camera. Amazing piece of software where you can change the keyframes, you can change the output, frame rates, focus, and you can log in from a separate computer and change and control all of those parameters as well. So that's very, very, very handy when doing this. So I have 7 different cameras with different views, plus I have a projection view. So what happens is the visual and light computer outputs to a splitter. One of those goes to the overhead projector, the other goes to an Elgato HD60, which then is inputted into the computer that's controlling just the cameras. I talked about the computer that's controlling the cameras in a previous video. That's actually a PC, the only non-Mac thing that's being used throughout this live stream. And the only reason why I'm using is because it was built specifically for graphics. It's got an enormous graphics card in there and everything. Okay, so how do I change or control camera changes? The camera changes are controlled through Ableton. I've created a MIDI track, and in that MIDI track, I've assigned each camera a different MIDI note, and OBS allows you to do that. So whenever there's a scene that's happening, I know basically what I'm going to be doing during that scene, whether it's a solo or I'm going to be playing bass or guitar or singing, and I know what camera angles are going to work best for that area of the song, for that instance. So I've programmed the camera changes along with the songs and the scenes to coincide, and it sends all that MIDI information to the OBS computer, which then goes through a Moto MIDI Express 128, and then that goes to OBS, which then controls the camera scene. I also have scrolling things that can come across here for different parts of a song, or if I'm in between a break, that tells you to donate, so on and so forth. Here it comes. Please consider donating, so on and so forth. I think that pretty much ends this. Before things get too awkward, I should just end this. Thank you so much for watching these videos. If you have checked this out, please check out the live stream again, June 3rd, 7 p.m. Click subscribe below to YouTube. Stay tuned for what's happening with Forallintentions in the future. Thank you so much. Good luck out there. Stay healthy.